basically we're looking at, the green bars show what the actual amount is. That's the levy. That's what we're actually voting on tonight, right? We don't vote on the rate. There's always confusion on the rate. The rate's the same, but we don't set the rate, right? That's a derivative of what we're actually voting on, which is the levy, the actual amount. You don't pay a tax rate, you pay actual dollars, what comes in the bill. So the important point in looking at this is not every year that green bar went up was a tax increase. We didn't actually pay more, and it goes to some complicated formula that we've hashed out in the past. But over the last couple of years, this has been a true tax increase, and it will be this year again. So it went up just recently, to pay for the public safety training facility, and then it's going to go up again should this pass here. I promised the voters that I would not pay for a tax increase, particularly one that is going to pay for a project like the training facility that is needed, but it's very, very wasteful, right? The data is out there. It's 3 times as expensive. I've already proved that, shared that data many, many times. And now's not the time to raise taxes on people. We're facing the worst economic situation that in our lives, right? We have 5% GDP that's going to be taking a hit. That is a big deal. Okay, we're looking at an unemployment report that's coming out Friday. Most industry experts are thinking we're roughly about 16% unemployment. We've typically been pacing at about 4 to 5% nationally and in Arizona. 15% is a big deal. That is a big deal. And Gilbert is not immune to that. Yeah, we bounced back and that was great news, but we have a lot of people that are already struggling. And as long as we keep these restrictions on our businesses, more people are going to lose their jobs and more small businesses are going to close. And to tell them that we're going to raise their taxes for something that was not fiscally responsible is completely inappropriate. And so what we should be doing right now to make sure that we bounce back again is cutting taxes. That's the responsible thing to do, not raising taxes. And I promised the voters in both of the times that I would not raise taxes, especially for wasteful projects. And so I'm certainly not going to vote for this one. And it's something that I think we should really seriously consider, that we need to, our posture in the tax budget, this levy and in the budget should be to the best interests of our citizens. And the budget, let me just make some comments on the budget, right? I'll pivot to that one here. The budget does contemplate the tax increase, which is a big flaw. You do not raise spending, and you do not raise, unless you want to extend the time of the depression or the recession that we're headed into. A recession technically is 2 quarters of negative GDP. Okay, that's the definition. So we haven't seen the number, but it's what's really happening is you're driving a car and you know that there's a drop ahead. So what do? You don't know how deep the drop is. It could be just a foot. It could be, a mile down. You don't know, but you know there's a drop. What would you do? Would you pump the brakes, or would you put the pedal down? Right? Would you accelerate into that, or would you? I mean, there's enough, even though we don't have the data coming into the town right now of exactly the revenue implications, there's enough economic data out there nationally and locally to know that this is serious business and we should respond in a serious way. And if you read the packet, we're actually increasing, in the words in the packet say we're increasing by $9 million the operating and maintenance. So we're stepping on the gas, heading into a fiscal cliff. Now, that's a big problem. It's a major problem. I really think we need to understand what's going on in the economy. This is serious business. People are losing their jobs left and right. It's not a time to raise taxes. Absolutely not. It's a time to, the best thing we can do is give them their money back. So putting something in here like I've advocated for in the past, like a food tax, Get rid of it. Give that back. That's the best direct way to help those in need. It's equal, it's fair. Other municipalities do it. The best use of our budget is to return money to our residents and citizens, not take more from them. And so that's all I'm going to say on that. I hope you take that seriously because Councilmember Spence, you're running, right? You vote for the levy, you're going to vote for 2 tax increases, within about a 30-day period in the face of an extremely serious recession. And others are Councilmember, Vice Mayor Anderson, you're running too, and that's a very, very important thing that our voters have spoken on. Mayor, thank you for the time.